We saw the markets gaining on Friday. We've given back some of those gains, down 0.6% for the day. We did see some prearranged trade on Friday for WAPCO and FBN. Give us a summary of what's driving trade today.
Well, I mean, volume today was really low. Value traded about 1.2 billion. So clearly, compared to Friday of 3.5 and the run rate of about 2.2 billion a day. So the low volume suggests, I mean, people are packing up for the long weekend starting on Thursday and avoiding holding new positions.
Well, just looking at the general sentiment when it comes to the NSE All Share, because we have seen relatively muted trade and we've also seen quite a bit of negativity. When do you expect sentiment to change, particularly for the banking sector?
Well, I mean, the sentiment hasn't been that positive, partly because of the election hangover, election in January. So obviously, there's not a lot of motivation for people to put new money to work. In terms of the banking sector, we keep hearing announcements about the CBN having found buyers for 4 banks. So I guess the market is waiting for some of that. But there hasn't been any significant results or new news in the market since the AMCON board of directors was constituted.
Nigerian Pepsi franchise 7-Up, pre-tax profit rising 19% to 2.64 billion naira. Turnover grew around 18%. What is your view on this company? Would you say it's a good time to head in, given the fact that we're seeing a nice rise in consumer demand?
Well, I mean, the 7-Up results were quite good. I mean, the stock is up probably about 64% year to date. The sector is actually up about 67%. So the sector has done very well this year. And the company is still generating profits and turnover growth. So clearly they're doing something right in meeting the consumers and growing total output and total demand.
The Securities and Exchange Commission putting new regulations and new rules to the fore to create more transparency. We're looking at the introduction of exchange-traded funds, Islamic funds, and of course a lot of noise about dividends that can of course be declared within 24 hours, given out to investors within 24 hours after being declared. Do you think this is a step in the right direction, and do you think that perhaps this could be the sentiment breaker down the line?
Well, yes, I think it's a step in the right direction. I mean, some of those rules are really designed to make life a bit easier for mutual funds. A number of funds are coming to the market now or just came to the market. So I guess it's an evolution of the rules over time to allow mutual funds a bit more flexibility in the asset classes and the type of securities they can invest in.
Looking at the 8.5 billion naira Kaduna State bond, it opened and of course closed last week. We know that your company BGL was the issuing house. What can you tell us about the subscription rate?
It was fully subscribed. It was a well-received issue, priced at 12.5%. So clearly that's a good yield, 3.5 above federal government yields at that point in time. And the market was happy to absorb it.
What does this tell us about the risk premium, though, that investors are demanding from state governments?
Well, the risk premiums have hovered about 3.5 for the Kaduna bond, was 3.8 for Lagos. So clearly the risk premiums have been about consistent. But again, it all depends on what's an issue at that point in time. UPDC came to the market with about 1.5% risk premium at 10% for the same 5 years. So it depends on exactly when you come out. But by and large, when you have issuing houses that underwrite securities, they tend to make sure it's properly priced, so it's sold.